For the last 10 years, I've traveled around the world volunteering. I've been everywhere from Morocco to Greece to Israel, giving back in the most responsible way along my journeys. I've always traveled alone, but for the first time, I invited others to join me on my latest trip to New Orleans, where we ate, drank, had an unforgettable time, but most importantly, made a small impact.
It's absolutely amazing to be able to go somewhere with such rich culture and such just a great experience, but then what ends up happening to make it even better is the fact that we get to do something with a sense of advocacy, something that allows us to feel good about being able to support people.
On this trip, I teamed up with the local nonprofit Camp Restore, who I love because they partner with 100 different organizations in the area. So it's easy to find a project that matches your skill set. And they're highly ethical, so they're the perfect fit for me. For 3 days, my volunteers worked incredibly hard, starting with Gloria's garden.
The community come by and I let them take vegetables for free. You can come and get anything you want here.
Miss Gloria self-funds the garden and always needs volunteers.
It's important for me to do this so I get to help other people. So I need volunteers to come and help me with the weeding and maintaining, and I just like volunteers coming because I meet a lot of young people and see where they're going in their lives.
It's day 2 of our trip, and if you've ever wondered what happens to all those beads you see in the streets during Mardi Gras, many come here. The ARC Greater New Orleans collects them, recycles them, and resells them. The money goes towards the employees' income. This organization gives jobs to people with intellectual disabilities, opportunities, and helps them develop, function, and live to their fullest potential. This is a really great place to volunteer because you can actually make a big difference. It's our final day volunteering, and for the last project, some of the volunteers are helping rebuild a house that was destroyed in Hurricane Katrina.
It displaced my whole family when Katrina first happened, and it separated all of us.
Normally, I wouldn't do a construction job because I'm not trained to do this type of work, and Camp Restore won't allow people who aren't experienced in this field to take on projects like this, which makes me love them that much more. But volunteers in my group did have a background in construction, so I brought them here to volunteer while I'm sitting this one out since I have no idea how to rebuild a home.
It was amazing. We had a great time. That's the reason why we came here, but to give back and be a part of it, it makes it even better.
So why did I choose to take volunteers to New Orleans? Well, it's literally one of the greatest cities in the world. You can't compare it to anywhere else. But what some people don't realize is that certain areas are still recovering from Katrina.
It's not just the physical work that we're doing, but it's also the relationships, it's also our own perspectives that are being changed, what we're learning about, and then how we carry that with us further into our life. So there is a lot of tangible stuff happening, but sometimes the even greater impact we may not see for 5 or 10 years. Because of the experience they've had through a volunteer opportunity, they can actually relate, they can actually understand what's really going on.
While our main focus was giving back, we did make time to enjoy New Orleans' local scene. You can't come here and not have a little fun. On this trip, I made new friends, reconnected with old friends, and enjoyed experiencing the hospitality of New Orleans once again. My volunteers were so amazing, hardworking, and so much fun. I had such a great time on this trip, and I can't wait for the next Voluntourist adventure.